All right, what's up, everybody? Hey, I apologize for the technical difficulties. The cast members will soon be trickling in. I apologize. Hey, welcome to the 30 Frames Mad Lag podcast, part 2. We would truly apologize. All the usual suspects, they'll be trickling in a few seconds. Telling you, man, this Time Warner cable's been stressing me out and stuff
All
like
right.
that.
All right.
Here we go.
Hold on. I got it.
Okay,
It always puts me in another fucking thing.
Okay. Allday's in here.
Yeah, I'm here.
My man Jay's in here. Oh, Jay left. Yeah, of course we back. You know, I don't want to disappoint you guys. You know what I'm saying? We got to finish up. You know, we're gonna finish up strong and stuff like that. I just apologize for the technical difficulties and wasting your time on this stuff. You know, I appreciate you members. You know, taking the time to listen to us.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? So we got Jay back now. We're just gonna wait for Princess and Craig Harris to boot themselves in, and then we'll continue on and stuff. But again, you know, welcome back to the 30 Frames Mad Lag podcast. And so
that's like 19 frames, bro.
Yo, this is crazy and stuff. Princess is back in here. We're gonna finish up.
I'm here.
We were talking about Sega. We took it way back to Sega days with the modem and shit.
Oh shit, playing with the modem on the Genesis?
Yeah.
56K right
Oh
here.
hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome to 56K lag
But
pod.
we don't know if people heard. We don't know if everybody heard it because the shit went down. So we don't know if everybody heard it. So Fonz, you give them the gist of it. What we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Bring a recap. You know,
Recap, Jay.
We're just talking about Sega and all the games and stuff we wanted to come back. Allday came in and started talking about it too, and we pretty much talked about every game that we want back that we could think of. So
what was the last thing you heard from me? What was the last thing I said before fucking I went MIA?
I don't even remember.
Oh shit! All right, so
The only thing you were just agreeing with some of the games that some of us said. Oh no, the last thing I heard was you had said when I was teasing you about Shinobi, and then you said that Craig brought up a game, and you said he stole my shit.
Yeah.
You named a couple other games. You named a couple other games, and then you let somebody else talk, and then I didn't hear from you since.
Okay, yeah. So finish off. I was trying to say just basically. I'm not going to recap the whole thing, but quickly, I would like to see Altered Beast, Shinobi, which we both agree on, an RPG style Golden Axe, and then 2 RPGs, Phantasy Star, and an RPG that started on the Sega Master System called Shining in the Darkness, which was a first-person RPG. So that was pretty incredible back in those days. Because when I played, I was like, "Oh, this blew my mind," because it was first-person view, and you're like walking in the caves and shit like that. It was pretty dope and stuff. And then after that, fucking Time Warner failed me.
What else we did bring up? I brought up the question. I actually brought up the question, which was, what was your favorite Sega system, and what game did you like the most, or what brought you the most fun? That was something that I did bring up that we were talking about.
Interesting. It's a tie between the Genesis and the Dreamcast. Them two.
That's what we were saying.
Hard, yeah. It's hard for me to choose between them two. The Dreamcast was just so much fun. Kid Chameleon, Shining Force.
It did have more games.
Phantasy Star 2, it was just incredible, man. Vector Man was in there. Shinobi 2. Oh, I played that game I played Shinobi 2, Revenge of Shinobi so much. I played so much that I was able to beat the game without getting hit. I knew every single character, what they were going to do. Oh, that game was phenomenal. I'm surprised that game didn't get sued, though, because it had, like, Godzilla, Spider-Man, Batman. And I was like, oh, yeah, you didn't realize it? Like, a lot of the enemies were, so Revenge of Shinobi, the bosses, they were mimicked off of, one was Batman, so you see him, like, with the bat wings, he's flying around. Another one was Spider-Man, like, literally, it's like Spider-Man. He's even red and blue, and he's shooting web at you and shit like that.
What?
Another boss was Godzilla. Yo, it was crazy.
I gotta check that out.
The game was insane, bro. That game was like one of my.
When did it come out? You remember the year?
It was in 1980. Now,
yeah,
I'm my age, 91.
90 what? 90, yeah, I was only 5,
and,
bro.
Here's the thing.
Oh, you're old as hell then, Puerto Rock.
Yeah, that game was phenomenal, man. Godzilla, Spider-Man, Batman. You're a ninja.
And it looked a lot like those characters too. Like Godzilla was Godzilla. Dang it!
Yes, it was Godzilla. It was Spider-Man and Batman. Like there was no question.
No question. It looked just like them.
No question. It was them, and it was off the hook. They were the end. They were like the bosses. Think about it. You're a ninja fighting Godzilla. That's gaming right there.
Yeah,
That's the shit we were playing back then.
And,
So,
and the Batman is funny though, because when he'd fly down with his cape, it looked just like Batwing.
Yeah, like when you get to his area, like he drops down real slow on the ground like Batman, then like, oh shit, like I'm about to fucking face Batman up in this motherfucker. Yo, it's bugged out.
YouTube this, bro.
Yo, that game is crazy, bro. You gotta check it out.
Crazy.
Like I said, I'm surprised Sega didn't get sued by everybody. Marvel, DC.
They've been out of business a long time ago before.
Yo, it was crazy. That game was so dope and stuff. All right. So what we're doing? Okay, so we move on to the next topic, or keep talking about Sega.
Let's move on. We've talked about Sega to death.
All right.
Whatever you want to do, Puerto Rock, it's your podcast. Come on.
So the next topic, all right, and this is gonna cause a little friction, all right. So MPD came out and Nintendo's #1 again. In fact, Mario Kart 8 is the #1 selling game with only having 2 days in MPD, and it was #1, beating out Multiplats, beating out Ghost Recon Wildlands, beating out everything. It was #1, and it only had 2 days to sell because it made the cut. It made because usually there's a cutoff date to make it to the MPD. So it made it like just 2 days. So all it had was legitimately 2 days, and it sold like 600 million copies.
Gee,
All I'm gonna say is that when it comes to MPDs, people get too crazy over that. You know what I'm saying? I don't own a console, that console right now, so I can't talk about that. But too many people get crazy over MPDs. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm glad they finally got an MPD.
Yeah.
Let them have it. Let them have it. Why are people so mad? But people getting mad over it. Let them have it.
Yeah.
They have it 1 or 2 times. Just let it go. You people making big deals over that.
Titanfall, we all know that someone that we both know, a mutual friend of ours. He's a switch.
Your mic went down very low. Turn your mic up.
Let me. Can you hear me now?
Boost your levels up.
Can you hear me now?
Boost your level up, yeah, because your mic went down low.
You can hear him now.
You can hear me now, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, so now I said me and Titanfall and Puerto Rock, we all have this mutual friend that's a Switch hater. Like you have a Nintendo Switch, you might stab me in the fucking neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but
but
I'm like, dude, why are you? I mean, just because you maybe don't go out in public much, and you know what I mean? Like people that, you know what I mean? It's a dope console. Like, there's no reason why you wake up in the morning and hate on Nintendo. They ain't been doing shit. They've been quiet. They've been hibernating. Let them have a win. Let them have a successful system. Let them be successful for a little bit. You know what I mean? Because they haven't really been doing nothing too crazy. I mean, a lot of people skipped out on the Wii U, and that's what a lot of people forget that. A lot of people skipped out on that console. So yeah, I did. This is my first Nintendo console since the GameCube. So I'm excited to play all these ports. You know what I mean? And just like me, and
I'm just saying, do you think Sony has more to worry about with Nintendo than their Microsoft strategy?
They need to worry. I think Sony needs to worry about it all.
You think all of it?
All of it. Because not with Microsoft. Microsoft will never catch up to the sales. But MPD wise, or it just all depends on what that company's backing. Like, if Microsoft comes out with games that are dope, people are gonna flock to it. Same thing with Nintendo. It's just it's a Coke and Pepsi, man. You know what I mean?
But as long as they don't cancel them. They can talk about games and stop canceling them.
That's true. I can't even hate them.
Sorry, I had to say it. I had to do it. Sorry, you
think about
I had to do it.
The reason why I say Sony should have more, because Nintendo could do things Microsoft can't. One, the product is out in more regions of the world, especially in Japan. You see what I'm saying? Microsoft can't fuck with Sony in other regions of the world, but Nintendo can. Nintendo can't touch Sony in places Microsoft can't. You know what I'm saying? Two, it's an affordable product. It launched at $300. They could drop the prices.
That's good point, That's excellent points. That reach is important. People don't understand that. That reach is very important. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but I had to say that. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I had to say that.
Another thing, Puerto Rock, every month Nintendo has exclusives coming out every month.
I know, man. Yo, this is gonna wait till the multiplayer podcast because this is gonna piss them off.
It has.
Yo, I'm gonna let you know.
Right now, it has games coming out, but I'm telling you, a year from now,
it's gonna
be dry. It's gonna be dry.
But think about this, Jay. Think about this
because I got to contradict what you said earlier. You said it was an awesome console or something. Right. I disagree. It's an awesome handheld. As a console, it's not that awesome, dude.
I can make it a console.
I know, but my Wii U looks is good. I mean, honestly, it's like the graphics aren't that much difference from Breath of the Wild on the Wii U compared to what you got on your Switch.
Right.
On my TV anyway. But you get to have that on the go, which is an amazing thing. That handheld is fantastic if you like handhelds. So that's an awesome thing. But Nintendo is notorious for selling consoles or, handhelds in the beginning like crazy, and then it tapers off after a while because no third-party support. Are they going to get third-party support? A lot of people are.
Wii U, for an example.
Well, look at the third-party support. Yeah, with the Wii U, exactly. Yeah. But I when you look at this console and the memory limitations and everything that go along with it, because that is a big limitation and a big problem for some of these third-party games, I don't think they're going to get them. I don't think they're going to get these.
What they're going to get is they're going to get third-party exclusives, probably. I mean, I see a lot of those happening.
Yeah, like you mean like how we got Madden on the Wii and things like that were garbage.
Maybe, yeah, or like kind of. I don't know, because think about it. The Switch. It sounds like hot.
Your mic is low. Not to cut you off. Your mic is low again.
It's low, really?
I have you maxed out.
Now it's better. All
right. So what I'm saying is like a lot of companies, a lot of investors are looking at the Switch sell like hotcakes, right? Every time I go to GameStop, any type of retailer, lines are out the door for the Switch, and there's only 10 in stock. So people are going to start they're going to want to put their games on the Switch. They're going to go to Nintendo like, hey, we want to put this game on there. So I think you'll see an influx in game in due time. I mean, look at the 3DS launch. The shit was trash.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
but then after the first year, it was going crazy. The game started coming out, So
there's an identity crisis here with this console, because I think a lot of people are still under the impression that this is basically taking over for the 3DS, and it's not.
No,
I don't know. I don't think it is. But
in fact, they released the 2DS in July.
That's my issue with this console, is the fact that I think that they should have gotten rid of the 3DS and just left it at this with the Switch and just taken over from there, because I think that would be
they can double down on the games.
Yeah, that would be where everybody would gravitate to that has a 3DS. I mean, to me, keeping two handhelds like this side by side in conjunction with each other next year, going on to the next year, when I really do think that games are going to be kind of dry next year. I don't think they're going to have, because they're hitting them hard with all these exclusives right up front. They've got to, but it's not going to be able to be sustained for long. I mean, with any console, you can't sustain that type of momentum. I really think that next year we're going to see sales taper off greatly, and then the year after that is when I think it's going to be kind of one of those forgettable things.
I'm gonna say this. My two main things that I didn't like about the last two consoles was the gimmick with the controls, with the Wii motion controls and Wii U's tablet. Once they pushed that agenda, I didn't really care for that. With the Switch, even though they're doing this thing with take your console on the go, but you could get the games are primarily regular control games, no different than a PlayStation. I mean, I know they try to push that HD vibrating shit, but when you look at the control scheme, it's a normal control. It's a normal classic console, not in power and performance and shit like that, but at least in control. So that's my first thing I like about the Switch in the general sense, is that you could play it normally. It's just no control gimmick. It's a normal control thing, right? Now, I'm going to say this, and this might, this is going to get some people agitated or whatever. But if they fucking announce Metroid Prime 4 at E3, I am getting me a Switch over an Xbox One. I'm telling you, I am going to get me a Switch over Xbox One. If they announce Metroid Prime 4 and that motherfucker, day one, I'm getting that bitch. I am, because, I love Metroid Prime. That shit is fucking day one. I'm getting fucking Metroid Prime. Don't try to change my mind. I'm getting Metroid Prime, dog. For real.
Well, let me ask you.
Fucking King of Thieves. You bugging if you think I'm gonna pick King of Thieves over fucking Metroid Prime.
What if they announce Metroid Other M too?
Nah, I ain't doing that shit.
Terrible on the Wii.
You could have that shit. You better Nintendo Metroid Prime 4.
Hey, I've said it before. I might even buy a Switch for Metroid.
Well, Metroid. You like Metroid Prime?
Yes,
That franchise is phenomenal.
I like Metroid too. I like Metroid too.
Metroid, period, except for Other M. I thought that game was
Yeah,
trash.
I didn't like Other M either.
But Metroid
Prime?
me back to buying a Switch just for that one damn game. And see, that's when people don't understand when they're talking about these console wars and everything, and they get pissed off when people say, well, I bought an Xbox One for Scalebound and it got canceled. And people go, no, you didn't, bitch, you know, shit like that. And it's like, dude, people do buy consoles for one game sometimes. And Metroid
I did
for me.
Even I made that mistake once. That's the reason why I bought a PS3 first. It's because of fucking Metal Gear Solid 4. It wouldn't come to Xbox. Motherfucker.
I bought a PS3 for Last of Us.
And, and that says a lot because I do not like handhelds. And I even though I will keep that thing pretty much docked, I would buy it for Metroid.
Yes, Metroid Prime, yes. And then if they announce Punch Out, oh my lord. Oh my lord, Switch gang. I will fuck with Zaire all the time. All the time. Switch boy.
Hey, Porter Rock, did you say that game sold like a whole bunch of copies?
Mortal Kombat? I mean, Mario Kart? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. So I was saying it will. It sold like almost 600,000 in 2 days.
Okay, so let me ask you this: didn't somebody a couple weeks ago? I mean, he was like a big wig at Microsoft, say that those games don't really sell that well.
He's talking about single player. Mario Kart has multiplayer. He's talking about single player, like Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff like that. I don't really listen to
Mario Kart's fun as hell. I play that with my kids all the time on the Wii U.
Mario Kart always sells.
And it's fun for like a party game and stuff like that.
But Mario Kart is an exclusive game. Am I right on that note?
Yes.
Is it just okay? So obviously exclusive games do sell well. Okay.
I see what you did there.
I just want to double check because I could be wrong. Mario may be on another console.
Here's the thing, and then all day maybe you could reality. I think all right. So this whole exclusive don't sell is because of what happened over the last 3 years, especially the first year. And this is my point. People would be like, "Oh, Xbox had Rise, Scream Ride, Forza, and that didn't sell Xbox." And I'm like, and I'm trying to tell people, listen, I get it. For the first 2 years or so, Microsoft was pushing more AAA games than PlayStation. But what you got to understand is there's a difference. There is a fine line that discerns the difference between a AAA game and a console seller. There's two different metrics. Like Rise.
I'm an Xbox dude all day.
Yeah. Rise.
That's mad.
And fucking Sunset Overdrive.
That's
good
mad.
game.
That's mad.
But they're not gonna sell a $500 console.
No.
And as much as
Gears will, Halo will,
yes,
Forza will.
Those games will sell, and the people be like, well, exclusive not the same. Like, listen, this holiday and over the next year, God of War, Spider-Man, for a $250 console. That's not the same as what Xbox did 3 years ago. They try to say, buy our console for $500 so you can play Rise. No one's going to do that shit. I'm not saying Rise is a bad game. It just doesn't sell.
Bro. It's a good launch game. Yeah, fuck yeah.
How many copies were sold of Horizon Zero Dawn?
In the first 2 weeks, 2.6 million in the first 2 weeks.
And so you'll have a lot of Xbox knocking that, saying that it's only 2-point-something million for Horizon Zero Dawn. It's trash. But here's the thing. How many hundreds of thousands of people bought a PS4 just for that game? Because there is a bunch of people bought just for that game. It's a console seller. And people, as much as you don't like it, it's a console seller.
Yes. People have to understand that price point. I had my friend. In fact, I was talking on PSN with a friend of mine. He's more of an Xbox, but he was on PlayStation, whatever. And we were having the same conversation. And he didn't get, even as I'm explaining it to him, he wasn't getting it. So I said, you know what? Let me play this game with you. I asked him, do you like Rise of Tomb Raider? He goes, yeah, I like Rise of Tomb Raider. Do you like Uncharted 4? He's like, yeah, it's okay. So I'm like, so you like Rise of Tomb Raider over Uncharted 4? And he's like, yeah, I like Rise of Tomb Raider. I'm like, okay, let's play a little game. So let's pretend Rise of Tomb Raider was exclusive to one console and Uncharted 4 exclusive to another. And both consoles were $400. Now, those consoles have the same multiplats. The only difference between the two is Rise of Tomb Raider and Uncharted. Which one you choose? And he's like, Rise of Tomb Raider, of course. I'm like, cool. Let me ask you another question now. Let's switch up the scenario. Now, Rise of Tomb Raider on that same console costs $500. Uncharted, $300. But every other game is on the same platform. And then he's like, yeah, I wouldn't pay the extra 200 for Rise of Tomb Raider. And I'm like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? His price is huge. You're not going to drop. You know, every game could be great up until the console reaches a certain price point. Rise might be great. Like me, I'm cool with Rise, you know, and I'm willing to play it. But when I get my Xbox, it's only going to be like $200, and Rise is going to cost like $5. Ain't no fucking way I'm going to drop $5 and $60 for that game. You bugging. You guys are on crack if you think I'm going to drop that much money on the game, you know? So the price of a console and the type of game it has also plays a factor on it being in a selling factor. You understand what I'm saying? So if you got, let's say, PlayStation 4 for $250, maybe even $200, God of War, Spider-Man, Death Stranding, The Last of Us 2, that shit sells consoles. You know, so that's not the same as a $500 Xbox with Rise, Sunset Overdrive, Scream Ride, and shit. I'm not saying they're bad games. I'm just saying then don't sell. They didn't. It's kind of like the PS3. PS3. You can't sell a $600 PS3 with Heavenly Sword and Resistance and Motorstorm. Good games, but they don't sell $600 consoles. Now, when PlayStation dropped down to $300, yeah, people were like, "Oh, Resistance cool, Heavenly Sword is cool," but the console was only $300 by that point. You're not gonna, you know, see what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people are missing that point. You know what I'm saying? The price of the console to what games you have available is a huge factor and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Porter Rock. Yeah, you gotta try. I've done podcasts on this though. You gotta really understand that a lot of their position has been the only reason the PlayStation outsold the Xbox was because the multi-plat games looked and ran better. That's it. You're right on price point because when I walked into the store, the PlayStation 4 was there, so was the Xbox One, and I said, "Okay, what's the difference?" And the guy said, "Well, they
$100."
$100. For me, you know, that was me going out, making it rain, or buying somebody a drink, or more importantly, buying myself several drinks. You know, so for
Forget
me,
about buying yourself double drinks. You could buy yourself a couple games for that shit.
Yeah,
well,
my man,
that too.
I could spend this shit in a strip club. I could get a PlayStation 4 and a night in a strip club. Fuck that.
Yeah.
What? What? You know, I know you didn't say that now.
You know what I'm saying? No,
With a family, you said that? Come on, Water Rock.
You know what I'm saying? $100 in singles. I could be there all night.
Water Rock.
With my PlayStation sitting next to me, making it rain with $6.
Yeah, but my point is that they don't care about.
So the PlayStation is your strip girl.
That's it. There you go.
All right. You had to correct that for me. All right.
No.
My point is that they don't care about price point because if you say, well, what about the price? What about if somebody walked in and said, okay, I just want a console. What's the difference? And the salesperson said, well, they both play games. They both play Blu-ray. There really is no difference. They're going to buy the PlayStation because, like you said, it's $100 cheaper. But to those fanboys, that doesn't dawn on them. They're like, no, you should buy the Xbox because it says Xbox, not any other reason.
Now, this is.
But you also got to think of one thing. It depends on where you go. Because sometimes you got people, instead of being neutral in a retail store that should be just be neutral about the gaming consoles itself, they're not. Some of them are themselves of a particular console, so they'll try to sell you a particular console. I've had it done.
Yeah, and sometimes even the store, if they want to sell more of one type of console because they have more stock or whatever, they'll try to convince customers to buy this over that one because it's about the store. Yeah, but this is the thing with Nintendo. So Nintendo, the Switch launched at $300, which is a great price point, mostly because you could get down to price drops quicker, you know, as compared to launching at $400 or $500. Especially with Nintendo going with, you know, mobile processing, you know, hardware. The price could drop down faster. Like Nintendo, if they want to, they probably could sell the Switch for $250 this holiday season. You understand? Real quick, which puts them right in line with everything else. And then they're gonna have Mario. You understand what I'm saying? That's probably one of the few IPs in the industry that can fucking go toe to toe with like Red Dead, fucking Destiny, and Call of Duty and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the only IP, one of the few, if not maybe the only IP that can go toe to toe with all those 4 games and fucking come out number one.
Honestly,
that's probably the only IP I could think of that could come out number one.
I think that game is gonna outsell even Mario Kart 8. I think it's gonna just.
I have a feeling Mario's gonna be fucking.
Yeah, astronomical numbers. It's gonna be crazy.
Especially if they drop the price to $250. The Nintendo Switch for $250, and now you have Zelda, Mario Kart 8, and Mario Odyssey for $250. That shit's fucking bananas, man.
And they could have Metroid. They could have a Metroid and a Donkey Kong.
Oh, come on.
And Donkey Kong.
Then it's worth it with those games that you just mentioned. Then it's worth it.
Yeah,
with all of them. But I also want them to fix that screen scratch shit, which I heard they did with the newer stuff that came out. I want it to be right. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to buy one, but you need to keep the games coming. That Mario game, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say it because you mentioned it. That should look off the fucking wall. But that ain't coming out until the holiday.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let you know, fucking, if Nintendo did that shit, Yoshida and Phil Spencer would have to fucking join forces and create the X Station, bro.
Yeah, the peripherals
though. You stupid, Puerto Rock. You are. You stupid.
Just come out with the X Station, bro. Because that shit. Think about it. Imagine a Metroid, Mario Kart, and Zelda in the holiday season for $250.
It's a wrap.
Yo, I would buy that shit so quick.
Yeah, but you
wait, 250 with a package deal, and you get one of those games with it.
No, hell no.
Whoa.
If Nintendo wanted to go crazy, they could this holiday. If they really wanted to fucking fuck people up, they could fuck people up. They could fuck Microsoft and Sony up.
You know what you need? You know what they need to do though is just lower the price on the peripherals. So they're way too expensive. Like, come on,
like $80 and shit, right?
Like 80.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I felt like an idiot walking in there buying that Pro controller, but bro, it feels so good, man.
Well, I don't care how
Turn
good
up your mic again.
So does all my other controllers for my other systems. You know, they feel great too. My NVIDIA Shield controller feels great too. You know, but come on, it's a controller. It shouldn't be $80.
Facts.
I agree with that. Controllers should not be that expensive. I don't even care. You can go and they'll say, you know, I don't care if it's Xbox, PlayStation. They want like $40, $50, $60 for a controller or up. Cost that much.
If it's like an elite controller and it's something special and it's got extra bells and whistles, I get it. But come on, that thing I've heard
about a regular controller though.
Yeah, that Pro controller. I've heard from friends that have that Pro controller that tell me it's plasticky. It doesn't feel like, you know, it's $80.
And it has some bells and whistles, but it's cheaply made. And God forbid you accidentally drop it on a hardwood floor, you're screwed.
Yeah.
It is what it is. If you drop it on hard, now I got hardwood floors, but I don't drop my shit. That'll never happen, you know. But what I'm saying is that if somebody's, you know, you got kids and shit that accidentally drop your shit on the floor, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
I sound better now.
So yeah, so you got that shit right? You got the controller right? All day.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So how you like it?
The Pro controller?
Yeah,
it's dope. It's dope, bro. I like it a lot. I mean, I think the analogs feel really nice. I do like the thumb placement. The transparent kind of, it has like a transparent look where you can see the insides of the controller. The buttons, what I really like, my favorite part about it, the battery life. I put it this way: I bought it 3 weeks ago. I haven't charged it yet, and I played it every day.
Really?
I haven't charged it yet. One charger lasts 40 hours.
All day. I'm going to say something because people no, because you just said something about your Pro. I have a PlayStation controller that people say you always got to charge it. PlayStation controller. That thing hasn't been charged in over 3 weeks. I just had to put it on today.
Really, man? I'll be honest. I got 2 of them, and I got me I bought me a third party.
I got 2 of them.
Yeah, I bought 2 of them.
I don't have to charge this shit. No, it's been over 3 weeks since I charged this bitch.
Titanfall ain't playing no games.
Exposed. Princess has been exposed. Black Mom's gonna make a
Princess exposed. How is Princess exposed?
Black Mom's gonna make a video of you. Princess don't play no games. She's exposed. No, I'm just playing.
And Puerto Rico, you know what? You don't play no games either because you're in the military. Let me stop. I'm playing with you, Puerto Rico.
Yeah. I'm too busy. Yeah, I know. I'm too busy podcasting to be playing games.
No, but what I was gonna say is on the Pro controller, bro. The face buttons are they're big. They're bigger than the both of the other competitors, and it feels really comfortable to the thumb. So that's what I like. If I can use that for all my other consoles, I would use it over the Xbox One and over the PS4.
Really?
Well,
so you like the Pro?
Is it better than the Xbox One S controller? Because that Xbox One S controller is still it's a really good controller.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites. But this has become my new favorite. I like the way it feels. It's really comfortable, man. Like you don't really know until you hold it.
Oh.
One thing I gotta say is Allday is right about something. They gotta realize there are a lot out there. Their fingers aren't small. Their hands aren't small. Sometimes they need bigger buttons and spread some shit out so y'all can get a good feel when it comes to controller.
Yeah,
I completely agree. I got huge hands, man.
I got small hands, but I could still do, if the buttons are big, I could still do that shit. But you need to also set it up for guys. And as you can see, I'm not sexist about this shit. Because some guy, I mean, they got some of these controllers that are so small that you guys got some big hands and it overpowers the whole thing. And you're like, you know, as the old saying goes, you're all thumbs, you're all crammed up, your thumbs. They can't do that. They need to make the controller the right way for all people.
Yeah.
Or have one for somebody with small hands and one for somebody with big hands. And you choose.
You remember the
put it
on the XG box?
Oh hell yeah! I got two Dukes. I got two Dukes.
That fucking controller was fucking huge.
Yes.
When I saw that shit for the first time, I'm like, what the fuck is this? This shit is fucking. I realized
I had to get Puerto Rico. I had to get used to that because I got small hands, so my fingers had to get used to that shit.
No, I never seen no shit like that. I was like, yo, these guys are bugging.
I heard they said they were going to come up with another type of Duke controller.
Oh man,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I mean, it might. I mean, of course they're gonna make it that fucking big. I hope not. Shit. Hey, my hands used to hurt playing fighting games or anything that had to do a lot of movement with my fingers on the OG Xbox. That shit was crazy, bro. Like the Duke controller, I keep that shit wrapped up. I ain't trying to. That controller was horrible.
Oh, that thing was crazy, man. So you really
the Dreamcast controller kind of had my fingers cramping too.
Oh, really? The Dreamcast one?
Yeah, because you remember how like
I never had a problem with Dreamcast though.
Huh? What'd you say?
I never had a problem with the Dreamcast controller.
Well, maybe because I was playing when I was playing fighting games, I played Marvel vs. Capcom 2. My hands would hurt just because the buttons. I don't know. It's like the way the buttons were spread. I don't know. It just hurt my hand. I don't know why.
What about the Joy-Con? How does that play a role?
Oh, I never used it off its. I never used it like by itself. No.
Yeah, that looks like it.
You never did the Joy-Con. You know, you didn't try to like separate it and see how that shit played out.
Oh yeah. Well, I think. Well, you know what? I did play Snipper Clips, and that was all right. But I don't see myself using that for long term. No.
Joy-Con board.
The fuck is Snipper Clip?
It's like a two-player game. It's like a co-op game.
What do you do? Like
basically, basically
barbershop the game and shit.
No. You're like these two pieces of construction paper, and basically you have to cut each other to fit the shapes that's on screen.
You got to cut paper. Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. Hey, bro, it's fun. It's hard, but it's fun.
Oh, let me ask you something. Which game is better?
That or Halo Wars 2?
No.
Snipper Clips.
Okay, Snipper Clips or the one where you milk the virtual cow.
Snipper Clips, bro. I'm telling you, Snipper Clips is good. I'm telling you, it's fun.
All right, fuck it. Does it have multiplayer?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you that's the multiplayer. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I mean, local multiplayer. Yeah, local.
Oh, local. Okay.
I don't think it's online though.
Shit, I don't know. Snipper
doesn't know what online is, man.
Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, Yeah, that's true. I remember during the GameCube era when Xbox and PlayStation, they started their online structure. Nintendo was saying that gamers don't want online. I'm like, yo, for real. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers are bugging, kid. Like, because Microsoft had the Halo and Sony had SOCOM, and Nintendo's like, motherfuckers don't want to play that shit. I was like, what? I was like, yo, these guys are going downhill quick. Yo, these guys are going downhill quick and stuff. All right, so let me see. All right, so we talk about that. All right, so last topic before we wrap it up. So I hear a lot of conversation, and all day maybe you could wrap this up because you're down with the Xbox crew. So there's a lot of rumblings of virtual reality on Scorpio, and now Xbox.
Oh god!
Now we like VR now. Now we like VR. VR is cool now. What's
you know what? I really don't think they'll show it. I mean, if they do show it, I'll probably turn off my television. But I don't give a fuck about VR, man. I really don't.
Puerto Rock, we talked about this shit before.
Yeah.
That shit on my fucking face, all that bullshit, and for all of us out here, they got glasses. Not you ain't putting that shit on my face and trying to make me look retarded with all those cables, and then my glasses don't work with the VR, so it's all blurred and screw up my mind, and I try to stand up and fall down and bust my ass. No, ain't happening.
I just my only fear is I don't want this to take up some of the press conference time.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be on stage more than 5 minutes. 5 minutes, a little bit too long, maybe 3.5. Cut it short. This is what we're doing. Hey, we have it. It'll be coming out 2018. Boom, done. Leave it alone. Don't make a long stretch of it. You know what I mean? No one really cares. You see how the PSVR is doing? So what? A million units. So
yeah, over 1 million now.
Yeah,
that's a great point. Considering that Sony did this, right? They start with the VR, and let's say if Microsoft does push VR on stage, and hopefully Jay, you could really chime in because you're like the tech guy. You're really into technology and you're into the latest gadgets stuff. What is it that the industry is still, because it just seems like no matter what the numbers are, the industry, the people who want to push VR, HTC Vive, fucking Samsung, everybody, they don't care. It's like they're saying VR will be successful, you will like it, and they're willing to go all in.
It's like they're forcing.
So what is it? So if Microsoft does this, because think about this, at least Sony, when they push VR, it's compatible with the vanilla 4. So you have a huge fan base. Not that the fan base is buying it, but at least they're there.
Right.
If Microsoft pushes,
like he said, they're gonna shove it down your throat. You ain't nobody shoving shit down my motherfucking throat. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's my money. I'm gonna buy what I want to buy. You ain't putting that shit on my face. It ain't happening. I wear glasses. You ain't fucking up shit.
You better be careful.
One thing is doing with this VR.
You're gonna walk in GameStop. Come here, motherfucker.
Get over here.
I don't go to GameStop no more. They
throw the VR on your head. Get over here.
Nah, they get the raw ass.
But think about this. Sony, when they planned this VR, it was for the entire, PS4 fan base. So 60, 50, whatever million, right? Microsoft is going to push VR, but it's not going to be compatible.
Scorpio, right?
Yeah, there's nobody who owns a Scorpio. So it's not like there's a lot of people. And it's not like people are going to pay $500 for a Scorpio, $500 for 4K TV, and $300 for VR. They're not going to spend.
Honestly, Puerto Rock, I really think, Puerto Rock, I honestly think this is kind of taking the spot of Connect.
You think so?
Yeah.
The whole VR screen?
Yeah, I think it's going to take its spot. I mean, they just have to have an accessory. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Like, we just got to have it because the other person has it. You know what I mean? So, hopefully it adapts well. I mean, because it's going to be VR and AR. All
right. All day, I got a question. They want to bring all these gadgets, and I think you're right. They have to have a gadget to go with it.
Right.
One big question I'm going to ask everybody here. Where the games? Talk about gadgets all you want. Talk about hardware you want. Talk about power all you want.
That's what I've
been
saying.
Where are the games?
Me and Dealer were talking about that on Beastfire the other day. It's cool that VR's coming out, but they can put that money somewhere else and start putting out some games. You know, that's what he said. I mean, and I agree.
Well, actually, guys, the Scorpio has been mimicked almost and built by IGN. It's on YouTube.
Oh, good.
You can kind of go and see. I won't spoil it because I don't want people calling me a basher. But let's just say they use a 6.1 T flop because they couldn't get one at 6. They do say that they can't do exactly all the mimics because of the way the Scorpio is going to do things. You know, it's specialized. But let's just say they ran Gears of War 4. They ran that other one, Overwatch, and they ran an old Forza game, and everybody can see how it performs. So but it's not a true Scorpio, but it's just they built it with similar type of tech. So people can go check it out.
Better than the Pro, and performs better than what I have now, I'm still getting it.
Well, again, it definitely performs better than if you're in the Xbox ecosystem, it definitely performs better than that. But I won't say the way it performs. Let's just say it was struggling. That's all I'll say. It was struggling. But we'll have to wait and see.
But here's the thing, though, Craig. It's not optimized like it is on console.
Correct.
Optimized. You've got a lot of things within that system that is flawed, and that's why I don't really like these comparisons, even when it's the guys doing it on the Xbox side, because you can't take a PC and get it up to spec, quote unquote, to what the Xbox Scorpio should be and get it exactly like it should. It's not going to work.
I agree. And they say that. They do say that several times. So they caveat everything. You're right.
It's a wait and see situation, but here's the thing. Will I get the best representation of games? I should. This thing should give me that. Will it at the end of the day? Who knows? Who knows what could happen? But I should get it, and that's why I'm buying it, because I want the best representation for my games.
Well, as long as they have I Am Bread, because I played that game and my bread turned into a piece of toast, and then the cops came by and tried to shoot it.
What? You played? Oh man, Craig, we got to talk after the air, man. You took bread, bro.
Hey, this is why he bought the place. Said he needed that $100 for that cocaine, bro. Oh, shit, man, that's the hell of a dog up in this motherfucker. He got himself a bump and a PlayStation 4.
A bump, and he's tossing out dollars.
Oh shit!
I do want to mention something though.
Cocaine and hose.
I don't
want to understand that bump don't last too long, so you need to shut up. Bump lasts what, 30 seconds, if that?
Ain't nothing lasting over 30 seconds over here. So, but no, actually, it was a pretty good build. It was fun to watch just to kind of see the performance. But Fonz is right. It's not optimized. They mentioned this several times during the build, and it's just kind of cool to kind of see the games running. Just to kind of get an idea of what's going to happen. But Fonz is right. It's not optimized. So,
I don't want to take.
It's like an
I don't want to take anything over, but I just want to give a quick thought on that whole VR thing that you were discussing earlier. It is funny, Puerto Rock, how people have changed the narrative a bit when it comes to VR. Before it was like it doesn't matter when Sony had it. Now all of a sudden it matters, and it's great and it's fantastic, and it's just kind of funny to hear some of these same people that were naysaying it before kind of on board and hyped for it. For me personally, I've never liked VR, whether it's Sony or Oculus or what have you. To me, I can't even use it, okay? Because I get nauseous pretty easily, motion sickness and stuff. And if I put on anything, because I've tried the Gear VR, that Samsung thing, and man, did it make me sick, okay? I can't. And the thing is, a lot of people are going to find out they can't handle shit like that. They're going to find out with VR. If they
just don't care about shit like that, bro. Leave off. Fuck VR.
I don't care about it. But on to the other thing I just wanted to mention real quick, because you were talking about the Scorpio. I just want to make a complaint about the PS4 Pro, damn it. I don't think that they're using this PS4 Pro enough. And I'm upset that a lot of games are not getting support for it, bro, because I got a 4K TV now, and I wish I can use it for something. Exactly. And I don't even want 4K, but they're not even really taking advantage at all right now. I thought there was a mandate back in October saying that all games that were coming out after that had to have PS4 Pro support, and they're not doing it. Like, there's games that are out now that don't have any support at all, and it sucks, because why did I buy this thing if basically like the vanilla PS4?
You know, I'm thinking, this is one thing I said once before, that this whole mid-gen refresh might fucking fail, and at least on the Sony side so far, I think this is a big L on the PlayStation 4. And I know some Sony fans are gonna get mad at me, but hear me out. I'm gonna tell you one of the main reasons probably why you're not seeing the support of the Pro like the way it should be supported is because the motherfucker's not selling. Like, who gives a fuck? Let's be real. Now, not to insult the fan base who did buy the Pro, because you guys deserve better than this. But think about it. If a PlayStation worldwide, if a PlayStation Vanilla sold 2 million worldwide, during a month, and the Pro sold 150,000, like, who gives a shit? Like, who's really gonna care about 150,000 gamers? It sounds fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to come out and be like, "Oh, this guy's a corporate cocksucker." That's not what I'm saying. But you just have to speak on reality.
Yeah.
The driving force of gaming users are on the PlayStation Vanilla and Slim. There's not that many people on the 4K Pro, And think about it this way: Sony finally created a Pro bundle with Tekken. Not Uncharted, not Horizon Zero Dawn, fucking Tekken as a Pro bundle in one region of the world. So the people who making the shit don't even fully support it. Because if I was going to release a Pro, that motherfucker will have Uncharted in the box. That shit will have Horizon Zero Dawn. You would see Horizon Zero Dawn fucking Pro bundles all over this country. And I guarantee this holiday, you will not see a Destiny, Red Dead Redemption, Call of Duty, or Star Wars Pro bundle. No. You will not see it. None of those will have it. But you're going to see it on the Slim.
But they will.
And when you see the commercial, you're going to see the commercial with the Slim.
I guarantee will have Pro support, but
but they won't have it. You're not gonna have a bundled thing.
Those are huge games, but games that, like, I'm not into it personally. But let's take games like Persona 5 or Prey, games that have just come out and people are excited for, and they get it and they put it on their Pro and they find out it ain't shit. There ain't nothing different, because you got games like Horizon Zero Dawn that look fantastic on the Pro.
Yeah, so does Tomb Raider. Yeah. So does Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, and then you look at that and you're like, this is dog shit. Like, what is going on, I bought this system for better graphics, and I'm not getting that.
Well, I'll just say, if you're an early adopter, I would give them at least a year. I'm willing to give them till E3 just to see what Spider-Man and Days Gone and a couple other games that are, and the new Uncharted game that's coming into the pipeline, because those studios, their first, and some of the multiplayer games, I'm willing to give them a break, because I'm an early adopter. So
I hear what you're saying. Porter Rock is 100% right. It's because it's not selling like it should, or they expected. And Microsoft better take note of that, because if the Scorpios don't sell either, guess what? The support ain't going to be there either.
It's great.
Well, go ahead. I understand that the problem with the Pro, I'll say the issue with both Pro and Scorpio is that in order to see it at its full masterful self, you're going to have a 4K TV, and a lot of people still don't have one. I mean, a lot, not just, most people don't have one.
You know what? I'm going to be petty on this one, because if you don't have a 4K TV by now, Porter Rock, they're super cheap. They're super cheap now, even if you don't get the cream of the crop.
Not for the real good ones.
Here's the thing, though. I get that super cheap, but the question is, I don't need to buy a TV. Because let me put it this way. Besides gaming, what else I'm going to do with a 4K TV? Watch fucking House of Cards in 4K?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Why not? There's nothing out there.
What's wrong with you? You got Vaseline in your eyeball? What's going on?
There's nothing out there. No, I'm saying, what other content's out there?
I agree. That's the problem.
I mean, the content.
Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, Porter Rock. I get what you're.
There's nothing out there.
Porter Rock's just not into 4K content and everything. Even
even if there was, how much 4K content?
There's enough right now to keep you satisfied.
Like what? Like what?
We mean like.
Come on, how about this? Is Stranger Things in 4K?
Yes.
No.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
On Netflix?
Is it really?
Yes, it is. I'm not kidding. I watched it.
Yeah, it's like why would you sign up? Yeah, right when you open up your Netflix, it has a 4K section. It's in there. They got a lot of content. It's new content getting added every month to 4K.
Yeah, there's tons of 4K on Netflix, like crazy, dude.
Yeah, there is, man.
But that's not the only thing. I understand where you're coming from with the whole 4K thing. A lot of people are still holding back. because it's not prime time. It's not all the cable system.
It's not in its stride yet.
Yeah, it can't. We don't have the infrastructure anyway. That's a whole nother topic. But it's never going to get to that point until we get better internet and stuff. So
yeah,
it's not going to happen.
Maybe in a couple years.
But the TVs, they're going to slowly, and they're already doing it. They're phasing out 1080p TVs. Let's face it. They're phasing them out.
It's a slow growth. It is a slow growth. But I see 4K as a 2020 thing.
But you know what? I don't see a slow growth. I see them forcing shit down your throat too fucking fast.
They're not
too fast.
No, they want you to have the best. They want you to have the best.
Because let me tell you something.
The best is bullshit, because you got to realize some gamers, they have a life. They got bills to pay. You cannot shove this shit down people's asses all the time.
That's the thing. Look, people like you, people like Porter Rock can go out and buy a 4K TV next time you need a new TV. Yeah. That's all it's there for. Yeah. Because they're just phasing the old ones out. The 1080p TVs, think about it. A few years ago, 1080p TVs were expensive. I paid $9,000 for a 1080p TV just 4 years ago.
Damn.
$9,000, okay? And now you got 4K TVs coming out, and the best ones are $6,000. So they're coming down in price. People have to realize that the technology with the growth also comes cheaper prices. It just inevitably happens that way.
I still think $6,000 is bullshit.
No,
you can put it. You get a car for $6,000. You can put a down payment on a house for $6,000. You want to pay $6,000 for a TV? No, man, take that shit and shove it.
No, that's high end though. They still got their low end. They got their 1080p Walmart
mids.
4K budget TV.
Yes, you got the low end with this little small screen. You got what, an 18-inch?
No. 4K TV right now for $500 at 50 inches. It's very attainable and it's decent. It does the job and it looks all.
Now, what'd you say? What was that you said? $500 for what?
Yeah. For 50.
Where?
Everywhere.
No, the place you really want to get TVs, go to places like either Amazon or
Best Buy, or
Fry's. Don't go to Best Buy. Them places expensive though. Best Buy is expensive as fuck.
Yeah,
I bought
Sam's Club. I know Sam's Club had good deals on 4K TVs.
Yeah, go to Costco, Sam's Club.
Costco too. That was another one.
I know the TV I got the KS8000 on sale. It was $1,000 for 55.
Oh, that's not bad for that TV.
A really nice TV.
And I'm not going to buy another TV for another probably 10 years.
But that's the thing. For people that don't want to jump into 4K right now, you don't have to. Wait till you need another TV. And when you do, the prices will be even cheaper for these 4K.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing.
You know what's funny? By the time we do that, they'll come out with some other bullshit.
4K is
PlayStation 5 8K at 10 frames.
People talk about 8K shit. That ain't coming for many, many years. We don't even have the infrastructure to support 4K fully. So that ain't happening. You know.
I mean, you got cable still at what, 1080i?
Yeah, it's still at 720 in most cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 720p here in Kentucky. That's the default. You know. Yeah, but let me break this for Porter Rock because he's a big comic book guy and this ties in with TVs. Sony's Homecoming movie, the Spider-Man movie, that's going to be distributed by Sony, not by Marvel. There's a very good chance
that'll be in 4K.
It will be in 4K when it hits for Blu-ray. Very good chance. The first because Sony is going to distribute it, and the other Spider-Man movies, one with Andrew Garfield, those are both already in the UHD format. So there's a very good chance this will be the first one in UHD.
And all Marvel movies, I read this a couple months ago. All Marvel movies are under Disney, so Disney hasn't made the move to 4K, which they won't until the end of the year.
So that's why quadruple dip their movies. That's what they do. So that's what they're doing. With the 4K thing. There's someone
once Disney gets there, once Star Wars gets there, you will see a major rush because those fans they'll just go by. They don't care. Those collectors, they'll redo everything. So you guys are right.
If anybody has any questions on TV tech and stuff, I'm very into that stuff, and I actually put my money where my mouth is. I buy high-end shit. I don't fuck around with no bullshit Walmart stuff like a lot of these freaking so-called 4K ambassadors and stuff do on here on YouTube. always talking 4K and stuff. I actually have the shit, and I actually know what I'm talking about. I've been dealing with this stuff for many, many years. It's one of my biggest hobbies, home theater. And yeah.
Hey Jay, I believe you. And you know what? When I want to do some shit, I'll contact you about this.
Guess what? Titanfall.
No, honestly.
There's a TV out there for you.
Oh,
I know that. You need to stop.
my man sounded like TiVo for a minute. We got the.
No, because I think there's a 4K TV for everybody's pocket. You know what I mean? And
it's just a matter if it's going to be a good one, though. I mean, if you're going
to, my pocket.
The thing is, I don't like them stubbing. I don't like them taking. This is what my problem is. They're taking gaming and TV and putting them together. Okay, so somebody's benefiting off of somebody else. But you guys got to look at this shit.
That's a natural progression, though. That's natural. It happens every generation. Look at 1080p with last generation. It was the same thing.
Yeah, true.
And
no, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a natural.
But they don't need to cram it, though. They don't need to cram it, though, is what I'm saying, Jay.
Nightfall, which is this is what's awesome. As it progresses, it gets cheaper and cheaper. I've seen this. I've been following this hobby for many, many years, and I've seen the prices come down. Like I said, just 4 years ago, $9,000 on a 1080p TV. I spent that. $9,000 for the best of the best.
What was it, the plasma? The hot shit?
No. It was a 70-inch Elite back in the day. It was the best TV that you can get back in 2012. Now, look at it. It's crazy. You got TVs, 4K TVs, OLEDs.
What is it worth now, Jay? I had a question. What's it worth now?
$5.
Now, I actually had a warranty with that bitch, and I was able to turn it in and get something new. So that's
okay.
About
all right. So you got something better with getting a warranty and doing. All right. So as long as you benefited from it, is what I'm saying. As long as you can
I got another story about that, but I got over big time on Best Buy.
But you know what you need to do? You actually need to put that up online and tell us how you got over and get those million views and have people love you for that shit and telling us the truth.
I don't want to get caught up with that shit. No.
Jay fuck around and burn the spot out. He'll burn it out.
Yeah, but anyway,
so you got a point there.
So that's all I'm saying with that stuff. I don't want to turn this into a whole TV tech debate, but let's go ahead and talk games, guys. Let's get back to games.
Well, I guess that was pretty much the final product, unless there's a topic you guys want to talk about.
It sounded like he was scratching his head when he said, "Well, I guess that's it."
Yeah, that's it. Keep making fun. When I whoop your ass and Justice 2, I'm gonna make you look like
the thing of it is that
everybody's
look up. You're gonna look like K-Mega, bro. Watch. You're gonna get K-Mega. You're gonna get L-Mega.
Talking all that shit. What's going on?
Yo, he did. Yo, he looked like L-Mega bad on that. Oh my god, that shit was horrible. Well, and I heard he was practicing for like a week and shit, taking his vitamins, saying his prayers. I'm like, oh man.
He was playing
like, yo, he got wrecked. Yo, it was hilarious. I was like, yo, this podcast is this little stream is hilarious. But anyway, I think we could cut out in this one. It's almost 9 o'clock. For everybody that paid attention, thank you so much for watching the 30 Frames Mad Lag podcast. You know what I'm saying? Listen, but hey, before going, let's say our outros. We'll start with Princess. Go ahead, girl.
Hey, listen, guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for understanding about the technical difficulties we had tonight. We love you guys. We've tried to bring you the best. And do me a favor, no matter what the technical difficulties was, hit that like button. Because you know why you're going to do that? Because you love me. And hit that like button. Hit this podcast. Hit it up. And hit everybody up in the chat and tell them how much you love them, too.
That's what's up. Thank you so much, Princess. And of course, my boy, whatchamacallit? Jay, what's going on?
Hey, Jay Fonzarelli here. You guys can find me at Everything According to Me. And I didn't mean to throw any shots at anybody out there, about 4K. It's just that I've heard some bullshit some people talk around here. But anyway, it's just a hobby I love a lot, guys. And I've seen some other names mentioned here that could so-called school be in TVs, and no, the fuck they can't. I'll tell you that right now. because I know a lot about TVs. Anyway, but you can find me Everything According to Me or Jay Fonzarelli on Twitter. And GRG podcast on Fridays.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? With our boy El Mega, you know what I'm saying? Go see his podcast Friday, make fun of his ass. Tell him he needs to be playing more games instead of stalking PlayStation channels, complaining. You're like an old man.
Why you going up?
I love that.
Why are you going up against my podcast? Why are you going up against my podcast? Come on.
But his is at 8. His is
not at 9.
Mine starts at
This is
9. All right.
Yeah.
As long as he's at 9, we're cool. All right.
Yeah, and of course, we have the Tip podcast every Friday. You know what I'm saying? I'm on there. Awesome podcast. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you check her out in the podcast and whatever. And of course, we got Top Flight Security of the World. Craig, what's going on?
Hey guys, Porter Rock, thanks for the Vine. Appreciate it. It's Craig Harris of Craig's Corner. I love being here, talking games with you guys, and please hit up Princess's podcast on Fridays. And Fonz, always a pleasure, and Allday, my brother, always a pleasure. And hopefully I can get you all one-on-one on my podcast to get in the hot seat and talk TV, tech, and games. I appreciate the Vine, though, Porter Rock. Really, I do. And I appreciate your service. Thanks, brother.
Thank you. Hey, you doing a podcast and shit? You don't tell a motherfucker? Like, what you doing? Whoa. What are you doing?
I didn't know that either. Porter Rock, you're right. He didn't tell me about that shit either. And guess what? We weren't invited. So guess what? We'll have to cyber whoop his ass.
We're gonna have man. Wait till you get injustice. I'm gonna whoop your ass too.
Oh God.
I'm gonna pick the reverse flash and I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Anyway,
let's go. So when you do this, one-on-one, Tom Brokaw shit you got going on. When is it?
Oh, I've been doing it for a while. I told you about it. I said it was my tip of the hat because I liked your one-on-one with The Rock, and it's kind of my version of that. So
when is it? Let people know. When do we tune in?
Whenever the guest can arrange the schedule. So it's totally up to the guest. So. Okay. So I have everybody on there, Xbox gamers and PlayStation guys, and trying to find some Nintendo guys to talk, just to talk games and future of gaming and, things like that. It's pretty basic. Talk movies. We do a little bit of everything. So
okay. So it's called Craig's Corner?
Yeah. Right. Come one, come all.
Okay. So now everybody knows, check out Craig's Corner on whenever the moon comes out. Whenever the blood moon comes out, on every summer solstice, catch Craig's Corner.
Yeah. Hit some kind of bell. Isn't there some kind of button you gotta hit something like that? I don't know.
Check. Go get the Farmer's Almanac and break down. Figure it out. All right, and then of course, my boy, the pettiest gamer, my man, all day, coming home with sacks of lumpias and shit. What's going on, man?
Somebody say lumpia?
Yeah, man, my man. Let's see. All day. Fix it. Yep, there he is. He already left. He's eating his lumpia. You there, bro? Oh no, he left. He actually left. He bounced. Okay, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending another episode 29. Right? Yeah, episode 29 of the 30 Frames Mad Lag podcast. And I'm your host, the man who can't keep his internet right, Porter Rock 77. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow on Zaire's fucking Cry Fest, where Xbox guys cry all day and I have to console them. And then I'll see you guys. Oh shit, there's two of them. There's two.
I don't know what. Hey, we came back strong. I don't know what happened to some lost connection.
You know what they're going to see you? They're going to see you on the best podcast, the podcast on Friday night.
That's right. On Friday, the Tip podcast. You know what I'm saying? And before I go all day, go ahead. Give your shout out while you were trying to get your lumpia and shit.
Thanks everybody for coming out to the show. I got my cold 211 and St. Anne sitting right here ready to guzzle them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm living a thug life.
It was a good show, man. Thanks for everybody for watching.
Yeah, awesome.
And we'll see you next week.
That's it. So me and all that you're gonna be on tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be on. Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's make El Maker cry tomorrow.
Hey, you motherfuckers better recognize.
Let's gang up on Zaire and Nintendo because he's gonna be pissed when we talk about how Nintendo.
The thing is, Porter Rock.
See?
We got here, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get him. Anyway, we out of here, people. Thank you so much. We appreciate the time, and we out. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and keep it gaming, people. Keep it gaming.